for taking the time to come here this afternoon and honor my wife, the mother of my children, in this very, very special occasion. And to give you and put this in a context so that to give you the significance why we are doing this today on this site, I want you to bear with me for a few minutes for some remarks that I will read to put all this process in context. And it says, today, along with my family, Rene, Robertito, and Raquel, my in-laws, Felicita and Hector, my extended family, my staff, and our mayor, Rami Manuel, we gather on Paseo Boricua to honor the eternal presence of my wife, Nancy Franco Maldonado, on this hallowed ground that has long served as the heart of Puerto Rican Chicago. Here, on this very site, we will construct a one-of-a-kind building for community artists to live and work. This building will be named the Nancy Franco Maldonado Paseo Boricua Arts Building. The memory of Nancy is joined with the broader history of our community. To honor her is to honor this community. 50 years ago, an uprising took place here. It was later labeled the Division Street Riots. From June 12th to the 14th, 1966, Puerto Rican residents in Westtown and Humboldt Park area took action against abuses meted out by absentee landlords, punitive police officers, careless teachers, and discriminating bosses. For 3 days, chaos and in some places destruction reigned. The riot was not pleasant, but neither was the marginalization of the Puerto Rican community. Out of that painful experience, a spirit of community organizing and community building was kindled. A new generation of young Puerto Ricans took the helm. Among them, a Miguel Barreto, whose name is inscribed in the Boys and Girls Club down the block from here. A Mirta Ramirez, who founded Aspira of Illinois, Chicago. A Jose Chacha Jimenez, who founded the Young Lords. A Reverend Jose A. Torres, the only Puerto Rican to have marched with Martin Luther King Jr. in Selma, Alabama. And my father-in-law, founder of Ally for a Better Community Social Service Agency. In the wake of the riots, Hector and Oscar Lopez Rivera, our very own Nelson Mandela, became community organizers in our community. With Hector, Oscar returned from Vietnam to help set into motion efforts to collectively empower our community from the creation of community-based organizations such as Bickerdike Housing Development Corporation, the Spanish Coalition for Jobs, the Spanish Coalition for Housing, the Puerto Rican Cultural Center, and El Rincon Community Health Center, to the establishment of new educational spaces and services, including the Roberto Clemente High School, Pedro Albizu Campus High School, Jose de Diego School, bilingual and bicultural programs, and college recruitment programs such as Proyecto Palante at Northeastern Illinois University and the Lattice program at the University of Illinois at Chicago. This, I assure you, are just a few of the many achievements made over the past 5 decades. There is no doubt in my mind that the riots and the spirit of struggle it ignited continue to inspire us today. Headed by our Congressman Luis Gutierrez, we can count on an effective Puerto Rican and Latino political leadership on every level of government. Yep. Today, we can see in our schools, in our police stations, in our fire department, in our hospital, people that serve us, who look like us, who come from this community. All this we owe to that generation's effort following the riots. My wife was born into this history, and her commitments were forged in the struggle to empower our community. I recently learned from the political prisoner Oscar Lopez Rivera that he cuddled and took into his arm my beloved wife when she was just 3 days old. That is how personal the struggle to free Oscar Lopez was for Nancy, as it is for my family and me. He is presently working on a painting of Nancy and our family together, which will be hung in the new arts building that we will build in the near future. I hope to soon walk with my family and Oscar as a free man down this street which bears Nancy's name. I want to take the opportunity to thank Mayor Rami Manuel, not only for his personal support as we continue to mourn the passing of my mother and wife, but also for his commitment and support to make this project, the Nancy Franco Maldonado Paseo Boricua Arts Building, a reality. This initiative will ensure that new and upcoming Puerto Rican Latino artists will add their own artistic and cultural dimensions to our rich city. This building will contribute to Nancy's lifelong vision of creating a vibrant, dynamic, sustainable community where Puerto Ricans decades ago built their home away from home on La División and eventually established Paseo Boricua as their pedacito de patria here in Chicago. As we stand here today with our dear Alderman Burke, who I want to personally thank for his support of the placement of a statue of Dr. Pedro Albizu Campos in Humboldt Park, an effort that I spearheaded for nearly 3 years, from 1991 through 1993. Alderman Burke supported Albizu's statue because he understood the historical parallels between Puerto Rico and the beloved homeland of his family, Ireland. Albizu Campos was an ardent supporter of Ireland's independence. He was fond of quoting the Irish patriot Badrug Pierce, sentenced to death for his involvement in the heroic Irish Easter Rebellion of 1916. In his last letter to his mother, Pierce wrote, "From the blood of Irish martyrs, a new Ireland will be born." Now, I want to ask Mayor Emanuel, Alderman Burke, and my other fellow colleagues and my fellow member on the county board to join me in renaming this street the Nancy Y. Franco Maldonado Way and making our eternal claim to this community. Thank you, and may God bless each and every one of you gathered here today.
Yeah.